What's up guys, Gabriel Varga here. Earlier this year I put up a video called Who is the Kickboxing GOAT? And I made my argument that not everybody agreed with, that Petrosyan, Giorgio Petrosyan, was the greatest kickboxer of all time. Now I didn't get the support that I was expecting. That Petrosyan is undoubtedly the #1 fighter in the world, and I think that's because a lot of people mistake the best for your favorite. It's a very different conversation. And not to my surprise, Badr was one of the fan favorites in the comments. I mean, it's not surprising. He always entertains. He's got that style which people just love to watch. KO or be KO'd most of the time. But in my opinion, there is a big difference between fighters who are good, fighters who are great, fighters who have championship belts, the biggest championship belts, and then the fighters who are on that next level. And I'm talking about the Michael Jordans, the Wayne Gretzkys, the Michael Phelps of their sport. These guys who have proved time and time again that they are, without a doubt, on a different level. And I wish I was in that category. I really do. I've had probably too many losses to ever achieve that status. In my opinion, somebody who is going to be the GOAT needs to have almost a perfect record, and it has to be very difficult to beat even in a round. If you're having a 5-round fight, you can't be losing lots of rounds. It can't be close decisions. It needs to be dominance, and not knockout dominance. Not, oh, he was super entertaining. Just he shut his opponent down. And I want to take a look at Badr's most recent fight and kind of just shut down this topic, this argument that Badr is the GOAT. And it's not because I don't like him. It's not because I don't think this guy is not amazing, because he is. He is a heavyweight king. But again, we're talking about the #1, the best of all time in this sport. So let's take a look at some footage from Glory 76, and I will show you why I do not think Badr can be the GOAT. Now we're starting off here looking in the first round. The guy he's fighting is very good, but he's fought Rico twice and he's lost twice fairly convincingly. And it's not like Badr is fighting for the title here. He is fighting for that #1 contender spot. Now this is just my opinion, but the guys who are the best in their sports, we got Mayweather in boxing, we got Petrosyan in kickboxing. They are not guys who get tagged a whole lot. It's not like they're just there slugging it out. Badr tends to do that, and he tends to eat big shots for it. So if we look at this clip from the first round here, he gets clipped hard and does a little wobble. To me, it looks like he does a little wobble. And 2 out of 3 judges did not agree with me in this fight, but I thought Benny took the first round. I mean, it wasn't a domination, but when the round ended, I had no doubt in my mind that that was a Benny round. Now, as we get into the second round, Badr showed why he is an amazing fighter. He came back from what I believe was a first-round loss, and he pushed and scored the knockdown, and it showed that experience, the experience to sort of pull back, just slow the pace of the fight a little bit and start picking his shots. And because he did that, he was able to set up some big shots that ended up resulting in a knockdown, giving him a 10-8 round. Now in the third round, he ends up eating this big punch here, and that definitely makes him a little loopy. He moves back. The knockdown was sort of questionable. If he would have got to his feet, it could have definitely not been a knockdown. And I was honestly expecting him to get back up and even score another knockdown of his own, because when you're heavyweights, knockdowns, they just come and go back and forth. These guys are so big, they hit so hard, and they're not always as defense oriented as I would like to see them be. And Badr ends up taking this rib kick here, and I'll have to find out what happened, if he actually broke his ribs, or in my opinion, maybe he just went, shoot, this fight is getting hard and I don't really want to be here anymore. I'm not sure what the situation was, but I do know one thing. He either had enough and stopped, or he was injured and decided to stop. Either way, that's another loss on the resume, and that is definitely too many to be the GOAT. We're talking about comparing him against Petrosyan, a guy who has arguably at most only 3 losses and over 100 wins. This just does not even seem like a fair argument to me, and I cannot understand all the guys on my channel who are just, you know, in such support of Badr being the #1. Again, we're talking favorite fighter versus best fighter. Very different conversation. If you do not understand the difference between them, you don't understand the difference in the skill level between Giorgio and Badr, I'm sorry to say it, you do not understand kickboxing yet. You are not enough of a kickboxing aficionado that you can recognize what is putting Giorgio at a different level. And honestly, one of the things that always speaks to me about how good a fighter is me imagining them at my weight class, and if I would want to fight them. And if I imagine Badr sort of shrunk down, you knock maybe 5 inches off his height, 6 inches, you thin him out and you put him at featherweight, would I be super scared to fight him? No, I wouldn't be. If you put Giorgio down 10 pounds and you said, Gabriel, you have to fight Giorgio tomorrow, I would look at this guy, I would research him, and I would go, holy smokes, how am I gonna beat this dude? He just has this mind in the ring that just looks like he is always one step ahead. I don't know what my game plan would be for this dude. So you guys can sound off in the comments below. Let me know, Badr or Petrosyan for the #1 position, the GOAT. I'm sure there's some other people that can be in the conversation, but it seems like from my other video that these are the 2 guys that are the favorites for that position. So make your voice heard, throw something down below. If you guys haven't, make sure you get subscribed, and I'll see you back here soon for another video.